2024 is about to end and you still smell like piss. 2024 is about to end and girl, people walk past you and they're wondering what passed to them. If it's a smelly man that passed to them. It's the end of 2024 and you're not clicking on this channel to find out more about the good feminine hygiene routine. Welcome, we've clocked on to the next Vlogmas Day episode. Today we're going to talk about everything feminine hygiene immediately. We're going to talk about the down there, everywhere, about everything feminine hygiene. We're speaking about it. And we're not gonna be mentioning like crazy brands and like making each other like spend like the craziest amount of money, but like in order to smell good, there are things you need to put in to make sure that you smell good. So let's get to the chase. Now we already know the whole idea of like basic hygiene, but like what is essentially feminine hygiene? We're gonna start with the shower products. The first thing that you need is gloves and or an African net sponge. If you're Nigerian, or if you're not even if you're not even Nigerian, like African or whatever African you are, African American, if you're Black British, like you need an African net sponge. Now at the moment I don't have one, but the alternative for me is using this. An exfoliating glove that I change every 3 months. Now, you see, using this sponge helps you to like make sure that you are going through your body extensively. When I say extensively, I mean like extensively. Whenever I use the glove, I make sure that I go through behind of my ears, behind of like my neck, my back. I try to use my hands as well to go straight to my back as well. I go through my armpits, I go in between my thighs, I go everywhere. Like I literally use 2 of my hands and I make sure that I'm going through everywhere twice in the morning. Yes, what did I say? I use the shower twice in 1 shower and I shower twice a day. Basically, I'm scrubbing 4 times a day. A lot of people have a misconception of how like the way the body works and like the way that sweat accumulates on your body, and even if you're not even doing the most in a day, like at least shower once a day. But let's not even get into that because there are people that have a misconception and like fight about how many times you should have a shower a day. But anyway, now I have said that we scrub twice in the shower. Sometimes I'm a bit like nitpicky and I scrub 3 times in the shower. Let me explain and show you what I use. So the first step of my shower is I use either an antibacterial soap or a fragrance-free soap. At the moment I'm using Dettol. You can see that. I'm using this Dettol original bar soap that is antibacterial to make sure that I scrub, that I'm going through everywhere. Especially the fact that it's literally winter season and there's a lot of flu going around. I do not play. I get into the shower, I make sure that I use this as my first step and I make sure I go through everywhere. Like I said, back of my ears, the back, my armpits, the whole of my body, my arms, my legs, my thighs, in between my thighs, even in the crevices of my toes. I make sure that I go through everywhere. And when this happens, you'll be shocked about the amount of dirty that comes out of your body from just using this once. Now after this scrub, I go on to the next scrub. Now this next scrub, I don't really like use it every time, but I do it for this reason. I'm going to explain why. I use the Head and Shoulders like dandruff shampoo on my body. I'm going to explain why. Like a good 5 to 6 months ago, before I started like using this technique, I used to have like the craziest ingrown hairs, the craziest like ingrown hairs in my armpits, in the down there. I used to have really bad ingrown hairs and I didn't have like a proper like shaving routine, and it was just the whole thing. And once I established the shaving routine, which I will speak on later in this video, and I started pairing this in the shower every single time, my ingrown hair started to disappear constantly, and it's been so good with helping me with any form of like hair removal essentially. So what I do is after I've used the Dettol soap, I go in with this and I only use this on my armpits and down there. I would like to mention that when I said put it down there, I do not mean down there like that. I mean I only put it where the hair grows. Caution, where the hair grows. I do not put it where the crevices are. I do not put it in. I only put it where the hair grows. And I scrub. That is all. Sometimes the only times I use this all over my body is if I definitely did a whole sweat throughout that day, and most likely I have probably shaved the day before and I don't want to have any form of like ingrown hairs on my body. So I use this all over my body when it's important occasions essentially. When I say that it has changed the game, it has changed my shaving game. And yes guys, I'm actually back on shaving. I'm only back on shaving only because I've started lasering again. So that's technically been helping me. Now the third step, using a scented body wash. Now I'm using the Soap and Glory Color Fruity Body Wash. I like to alternate all forms of like Soap and Glory. Soap and Glory, please sponsor me. Your girl, like, a girl needs shmoney, and I love your shmoney. It depends on how I feel. Sometimes I might just lather this with my hands all over my body without using the glove, or whenever I feel like I need to really scrub, I'll use my gloves and I pour a bit of this on my hands, because little of this also goes a long way. I just go all over my body, and when I do this, I'm only just trying to make sure that I am fragrancing my whole body. I don't know what other way to explain it, but like I make sure that I'm like lathering all of the bits of this body wash all over my body so that I'm feeling fresh and I get to smell pretty when I leave the shower. Hopefully that makes sense. Either with those 3 steps, the most important step out of that 3 scrubbing routine is the antibacterial and or fragrance free soap. But I didn't even show you the fragrance free soap I use. If I'm not using the Dettol soap, I'm using Dove. Yeah, either I'm using the Dettol soap for my first step, or I'm using the Dove soap. This one isn't fragrance free, but I just bought it because I want to try it. And then I either sometimes skip the Head and Shoulders shampoo. So most of the time, either I'm using the Dettol I'm using the Dettol soap or the Dove soap with this, or I'm doing the whole 3-step routine. But yeah, that's my 3 scrub routine, and we're gonna move on to the next part of my shower routine. Now when I'm done showering, I use a normal towel. I just use it over my body and I just wrap around my body, and I do my skincare onto that. We don't want to do skincare in this video because I've already done like a morning and night time Korean skincare routine, which you can watch in my videos in the Vlogmas series, so we don't have to really talk about that in this video. So obviously after I'm done showering, I use a towel, standard practice, and then it's time for the lotions I use on my body. With the same idea with showering, I like to use a fragrance free lotion, or something that is as bland, something that focuses on my skin's problems first. For example, the last month I was using CeraVe's moisturizing lotion to go through my body, then I layered that on with a fragrance lotion. But this month I used this Nivea Express Hydration, which technically is very fragrance, but I use this as like my first step, and then I top that up with Soap and Glory's Nourishing Body Lotion. If you wanna, yeah, I use that. I use these 2 because of how fragrance this is. Sometimes I'll just use this only, and then I top it up with this Vaseline Cocoa Body Oil. For the winter, these will save you. And not even just the winter, bro, like even summer. Like obviously when it's summer and it's just really hot, I would only just use one of these, and because I want my skin to be very hydrated, I will use this only, and these 2. This helps with the hydration in your skin. Using a body oil helps to lock in that moisture in your skin and keeps your body looking shiny all for the day. Like there's a reason why we were brought up on cocoa body oil. Holy grail for real. Now we've spoken on that, let's go on to the like deodorant type situation. Now when it comes to the armpit part, am I really that fussed? Maybe I am, I don't know, like it depends, but obviously I will always have deodorant. I think before I was really like keen on like my armpit like smelling funky. Like there was this, I used to use like the cheapest Dove deodorant, and that was not helping my situation at all. Like after the day, my armpit would be smelling funky, and it was just like, it was a very unsettling smell that I just didn't like. So I opted to changing it to be using Mitchum's like powder fresh, not even just powder fresh, but like using Mitchum's body rolls instead. Body rolls, armpit roll, what do you call it? What, a roll-on, there we go. Using a roll-on instead of using like a cheap one. The reason why that is different, obviously there's like higher end like roll-ons that help with, and obviously natural, that's good or not, but my tax bracket allows me to just buy this. This is more expensive than the cheaper ones. I think the Dove ones cost like £1 in Boots. This costs like a good £3, which is like, it's not too bad, but it is kind of bad until you have to buy 2 of them, which is like £6. But that's fine anyway, because this helps a lot. The only thing I don't like about this roll-on is the fact that after you use it, your armpit becomes white. But aside that, this keeps my armpit smelling amazing throughout the day. I also would like to pair this with the deodorant that comes with it, but right now I'm just using this Dove Advanced Care 7204. This is like in the flavor in the scent peach and white blossom scent. It smells so nice. Like, oh my god, it literally keeps me smelling fresh all day. Like, I feel like with my hygiene routine, like when I say that I don't smell throughout the day, like I'm not even joking. I'm being as honest as possible. Like when I say that with my routine, I genuinely don't smell. Maybe it's my nose, but I know that every time I pass, people like stop and be like, you smell so nice. I'm like, yeah, that's the plan. But yeah, I have these two. These are just like, this is like my basic like armpit routine, whatever you want to call it, but I don't use anything else essentially. Now, perfumes, body sprays. I'm the queen. Okay, actually, let me not say I'm the queen, but I would love to be the queen of perfume. The only reason why I'm saying that is because my tax bracket has not reached there yet. But like, I have started like finding my love back for like oud fragrances. I feel like when I was back in Nigeria, like I used to be very keen. I would only like focus on having oud fragrances. And when I came to the UK and then like I had a lot of like mental health issues or whatever, I started like focusing on Western like perfumes, and it was good, but like they would only last like a good 25 minutes if I'm being very honest. But using a good oud, come off it, man. Like it will keep you smelling good every time. And then I know that there's a lot of people that have like problems with oud, but like if you really like go into like really check where to find the nice ouds, because there's sweet smelling ouds, there's fresh smelling ouds, there's a lot of like categories for like ouds. And enough about ouds. Arabic perfume. Yeah, Yara. I know that if you are a fragrance TikTok girly, you know what I say when I say Yara perfume. I'm having it. It's either I'm buying it myself, or my boyfriend's gonna get it for me, or somehow I'm gonna get that perfume immediately. But right now, I got this from TikTok shop actually. This perfume actually lasts the whole day. Like even when I wash my clothes after, they still have this smell on, and I'm not even joking. This is the Oud Touch Eau de Parfum Frank Olivier Paris. I don't know. Look at that. It is so good. I also got this in Bolton in Manchester. This is like a roll-on like perfume. It's also, I won't really call this oud, but it is kind of oud, or like at least it is a bit Arabic. It's called Al-Rahab. Yeah, it's called Al-Rahab, and they had like a bigger version, but like my money bracket could not reach it. I think this was like a good £7. I can't remember how much it was, because was it me that bought it? Was it that £10 or £7? I know you're saying £10 for this, but like it lasts the whole day. And obviously we have some more perfumes. This is not oud, but these are like oil-based perfumes. I feel like oil-based perfumes stay on longer than like if it's alcohol-based. I got it for my birthday. This is the Ariana Grande like cloud perfume, and it's nice. It doesn't really stay the whole day, which is why it's literally this tiny. I got this in September, and this is where it is. Not because it smells so amazingly good, but because I'm having to use enough so that it lasts the whole day. This was bought in April. I didn't even buy it because it was PR, but like it was bought in March. Yeah, it was bought in April, March, and see where it is still. I don't know if you can see that. Did you see that? Wait. It's still here compared to this being a half a bottle, and this cost like £80. My friend got it for me for my birthday, but like you can tell where we are at with this whole perfume situation. But yeah, I'll say when it comes to feminine hygiene, whatever, or like when it comes to smelling good, your best like chances for getting a good smelling perfume is any form of Arabic perfume. Don't buy it from, you can buy it in Dubai airport. Good choice. You can buy it in like all like in markets and stuff. Like you can find them in like pop-ups. Like you can get some from TikTok as well. Like holy grail, for real. Okay, that's that on the like shower like smelling good routine. Let's talk about my shaving routine now. A lot of people have actually like asked me like, okay, how's your like laser routine like gone? I'm quite happy with the way it is. It's just that I'm a bit very inconsistent, but it is working. I'm just really lazy with like doing it every time that I can. So technically I use laser. I've been using the what's it called? I've been using Rose Skincara's IPL for like my arms and legs, and then I'll use what's that other brand? So these two. I use the Rose Skincara's. If that wants to, I don't know, I just want to show. We have the Rose Skincara's one, and then we have the You Like IPL. So I use this for like my arms and my legs, and I use this for like my armpits and my down there. Now, the reason why I used to hate shaving was because whenever I would shave, I would itch so crazily, and ingrown hairs would pop out immediately, and I'll just be crying, and then blood would come out like it was a whole thing. And that's why I swore never to shave again. But then once I was introduced to IPL. So what I would do first is I would exfoliate. Now, this is where we get to the part. Obviously, you should exfoliate regardless, even if you're not shaving or whatever, but you should exfoliate. The exfoliating technique that I use is with Soap and Glory again. We have this Soap and Glory fig. I don't specifically use this body scrub, but I just love this body scrub. I just love their body scrubs in general. I use this one. This is how it looks like. If you can see that, yeah. Can you see that? Yeah. It's very, very nice. Oh, I should have brought the other one. Give me a second. Exfoliating. So, like I said, I use the Soap and Glory body scrub, and I also use this glycolic body scrub by Frank Body. This has actually done wonders for like making sure that there's no like dead skin cells on my body, and like I'm definitely exfoliated. So I do this routine of making sure that my whole body is exfoliated, and then in the shower I shave. I don't have a crazy shaving stick. I just use like a normal shaving stick that has 3 blades, like don't really matter. And then I use this Nivea Men's shaving foam. I got this idea from my cousin Janine. Shout out to Janine. Shout out to Janine. I use a shaving foam on both like my armpits, my hands, my legs, like down there as well. I make sure that it is shaved properly, and I only go on it once, going with like shaving against the direction of the growth, if that makes sense. I do that, and then after I've come out of the shower, I don't waste time. I just dry off. I make sure I don't put any form of like lotions on my skin, and then I use my IPL. Now IPL is a bit expensive. Like for this IPL, for the Rose Skin Cause one, it was like, I didn't buy it because obviously it was PR. We thank God for PR, but like it was, I think it's around like £170, which is crazy but not crazy. But it's crazy but it's not crazy, only because if you're going down the path of getting laser hair removal, it's around the £500, £1,000 category, and you have to go there like 6 times. Meanwhile, you can use this and keep on using it and keep on using it, and the hair will eventually stop growing. So that's what I've been doing. And then I think the You Like one was, I can't remember how much it was. I might just put in the price on the screen for you guys, but that's what I would do. And then after I have lasered that particular part of my body, like when I tell you that like there's no itching afterwards, like I feel so good afterwards. And then I put like my lotions, obviously like I have shown you. I put my lotions on the area. I make sure that it's definitely hydrated, and I make sure I don't sleep with any form of like too much tight clothing for the next few days, and I am fine. No ingrown hairs, mostly due to the fact that the Head and Shoulder shampoo, and the fact that I exfoliate my skin every 2 days, and I'm good. Ingrown hairs don't see me no more, and I have been feeling really confident with obviously with my bikini line and like my armpits and just that whole pizzazz. It's just been so helpful, honestly. And yeah, another thing, which is like is the last thing of this video, I feel like most people need to start like incorporating into like their routine, not just like routine, but like I'll show you. Janine also taught me this. But wet wipes. I think even before Janine even told me anything, like I was like I used to hear about people eating wet wipes, but I never saw the importance until I went into her house, and we used it like every month, and it was the best thing that I have ever tried, and now it's like a part of like my routine ever since I began 3rd year. So yeah, I would say it's a very good investment, and they don't really cost that much. Like depends on where you buy it. Like this costs like I think either £1 or like 89p. Like it's literally cheap. It's just like clean your nyash with the wet wipe. Yeah, that's my hygiene routine done for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sending lots of love. This year, dump your smellingness in 2024 and come to 2025 with good vibes, good energy, good scents, and yeah. Okay. Another big tip is to drink water. Another big reason why you smell so bad is because of what you're eating. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, thanks for watching this Vlogmas episode. I love you so much. Have a lovely day and bye.